Good morning to all the students of 11th class. Welcome to the physics class. In the last video, we were discussing about the conservation laws. In that, we discussed what are the conservation laws, and also we discussed about laws of conservations. That what are the laws of conservation? There are 4 laws of conservation: conservation of energy, linear and angular momentum, and also fourth one is law of conservation of charge. So basically, what is the conservation is basically the law which states that if any physical quantity doesn't change with the time, then we can say that this quantity is conserved. Now firstly we will discuss conservation of energy. So what is the law of conservation of energy? Basically this states that the energy cannot be destroyed, cannot be created. कि एनर्जी को हम ना तो ख़त्म कर सकते हैं एंड ऑल्सो वी कैन नॉट क्रिएट इट, हम बना भी नहीं सकते इसको और ना ही इसको डिस्ट्रॉय कर सकते हैं. But we can change the form of the energy. For example, if you see the petrol engines or diesel engines, so in that also the form of energy is transformed from one form to the another form. As we see, first of all, the chemical energy of the petrol is converted into the heat energy by burning it in the cylinder. Then we see that heat energy is converting into the mechanical energy by the piston. When the piston moves, then we can say that heat energy of the petrol or combustion is transferred to the mechanical energy. Then mechanical energy get the vehicle into the motion. So here we can see that the mechanical energy, we see that the kinetic energy is basically, we see that when the object or any body is in motion, we can say that the energy the body has is the kinetic energy. Whenever we see that any body have height, it is at more height, so we see that body has the potential energy. So mechanical energy is also of 2 types. Now here we see that also in the thermal power plants the energy conversion takes place. First of all, the chemical energy of the coal is converted into the heat energy when coal is burnt. After that, that heat energy is given to the water and then it is converted into the steam. To convert the water into steam, we give heat energy. Then this heat energy is converted to the pressure energy of the steam. So here also conversion of the energy takes place. After that, that pressure energy is converted into the kinetic energy of the turbine, and then the kinetic energy of the turbine is transferred to the generator, which converts the kinetic energy into the electrical energy. So here the transformation of the energy takes place many times. First chemical to pressure, pressure to kinetic, and then kinetic to the electrical energy. So in this way we can say that the energy cannot be destroyed, cannot be created, it can be changed from one form to the another form. Here if you see, some of the examples are given in your book. Here first example is when a body falls freely under gravity, its potential energy gradually decrease and converted into the kinetic energy. So here this is also a good example of the conversion of the energy, where we see I told you now that if a body is placed at a large height, then it has more potential energy. So basically potential energy is due to the height and kinetic energy is due to the motion of the object. So simply if we see a falling body, we can see that its height is decreasing. So its height is decreasing, so that's why its potential energy is also decreasing, because potential energy is equal to mgh, and as h decreases, potential energy also decreases. So in this way we can see that the potential energy is decreasing, but we know that the energy cannot be destroyed. So where does that energy is transferred? That energy is transferred to the kinetic energy of the body. As we see that when we see the falling body, its potential energy decreases, but its kinetic energy increases because its velocity increases. So that's why its potential energy kinetic energy increases. So in this way we can see the conversion of the energy from potential energy to the kinetic energy. So in this way you have many examples you can read from your book. So this is basically the law of conservation of energy. Now next we have law of conservation of linear momentum. So basically if we see, we have studied in 9th class this law that the momentum of the body always remains say constant. Suppose there are two cars which are moving with different speeds. Suppose there is a car A and there is another car B. They are going straight on the road. Okay. Now suppose A is moving with 20 and B is moving with 30 km per hour. This is speed of both the boat. It has mass m1, it has mass m2. Okay. Now here the speed of A car is lower than the speed of B car. Obviously there after some time there will be the collision of B with the A. ये तो होगा ही क्योंकि speed of B is more than the A, so there will be a collision between the B and A. ठीक है, क्योंकि दोनों एक ही डायरेक्शन में जा रही हैं. ठीक है, A धीरे चल रही है, B तेज चल रही है, so there definitely there will be collision. And if we see the momentum of two bodies before collision, ठीक है, before collision क्या होगा, m1 u1 plus m2 u2, where m1 m2 are the masses and u1 u2 are the initial velocity. Initial velocity means before collision. Before collision उनकी velocity जो थी, that is the initial velocities. And what will be the momentum after collision? After collision it will be m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So both the momentums m1 u1 plus m2 u2, this will be equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So this is the conservation of momentum, that before collision and after collision the momentum remains constant, it does not change with the collision. So total momentum before collision will be equal to the total momentum after collision. This is your law of conservation of momentum. So if you see here the statement of the law of conservation of linear momentum, this states if no external force acts on a system then its linear momentum remains constant. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे भी कई एग्जांपल्स दे रखी हैं, you can read. So this is your conservation of linear momentum. Now we also have a law of conservation of angular momentum. The law of conservation of angular momentum states that if there is no torque acting on the rotating body, because angular momentum is always with the rotating body, if any body is rotating then it definitely have the angular momentum. So if a rotating body, there is no torque acting on it, then definitely its angular momentum will be constant. And basically the angular momentum have the formula, it is equal to product of moment of inertia and angular speed. We will discuss this in deeply in the further lectures, in the further chapters, that what is angular momentum and what is the moment of inertia and angular speed of any object. We will study this deeply in your other further chapters. There you will study this. Next we have conservation of charge. This we will study in the 12th class. So basic review आपको मैं दे देता हूँ. What is charge? Conservation of charge. It means that there whenever there is we cannot create a charge, we cannot destroy charge. हम चार्ज को ना तो क्रिएट कर सकते हैं और ना ही डिस्ट्रॉय कर सकते हैं. तो ये है आपका कंजर्वेशन ऑफ चार्ज. इसका एग्जांपल है, सपोज आपके पास ग्लास रॉड है, ठीक है, उसको आप सिल्क के कपड़े से उसको रब करते हो तो ग्लास रॉड जो है वो पॉजिटिव बन जाती है और सिल्क जो है वो नेगेटिव बन जाता है. तो यहाँ पे जितना पॉजिटिव चार्ज ग्लास पे आएगा उतना ही नेगेटिव चार्ज सिल्क पे आएगा. तो इक्वल चार्ज होगा प्लस और माइनस का. और अगर टोटल चार्ज देखेंगे तो जीरो होगा, क्योंकि अगर मान लो ग्लास के ऊपर +2 चार्ज है और सिल्क के ऊपर -2 चार्ज है, तो +2 और -2 दोनों को ऐड करेंगे, देन वी विल गेट द ज़ीरो चार्ज. सो इन दिस वे वी कैन सी दैट देयर इज no net charge on a body. So this is law of conservation of charge. Thanks for attending the class.